Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Brother Sister Show. I'm Anthony,
I'm Livia.
and together we talk about movies. This is a kind of special episode because this is the first one that we are doing. Like, this is the start of weekly episodes, I guess.
Yeah, for the time being.
Yes, because normally we do bi-weekly. Um, but because of the state of the world, I guess we decided on just pumping these out.
On top of that, I do have a proposal for you. And maybe if we don't want to do it, you can cut this out.
Okay.
Um, but I want to start checking in on people. So, what I was thinking was that we could, each time before we record, we could like send out a message saying, like, hey, if you want us to like call you, DM us, and then we'll get the like Skype information. And whenever we do the like catching up part, which is like this part, we do it with another person.
Okay. Now, my only thing is getting the audio. Like,
Yeah, but if you've, I mean, ours will sound okay, but theirs might not if they don't have a mic.
yeah,
But that's fine. I mean, if the audio is not amazing for one part of it, I think that's okay.
that's
I don't,
true.
and I don't know if you've been hearing other podcasts that have been doing this, where now they have to do like um, remote recordings, so it's kind of a new normal. I don't know. I want to try it. I think it'd be interesting. Like maybe we could start off with our family. We can ask people if they want us to call them, and like I said, just kind of see how they're doing. Ask them a few questions. Maybe we can ask them about the movie that we watched and cut that in somehow.
Yeah.
But I would really like to do that. I think it'd be cool, and I think people not only want to listen to stuff, but they want to be involved in things too because they can't really go out and go talk to people as much as they probably used to. So this is
Yeah.
kind of a way
I'm
to combat that.
I'm totally down. That sounds cool. So let us know if you guys want.
I'll post
Oh.
something and then, but if you hear this and you want to send us a DM right now, go ahead and do that. I'm not familiar with like Skype and stuff, but do they have to like have a Skype name? Like, what's the best way to like, I guess, will they just DM us and then we'll organize it from there?
Yeah, just DM us. Instagram's probably the best. Or at Brother Sister Show.
Let us know. We can check in on you,
Yeah.
talk about movies, talk about what you've been doing.
How you've been keeping up under this lockdown that the world's in.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, yeah, how are you doing?
I'm good. The past few days have been kind of up and down, but I'm a little like, I think everybody's going through this phase or go through a phase where they like think they have it. And then they go through the worst case scenario of like what that would be like. And I don't know. It doesn't help that I keep going on Twitter and scrolling and seeing like what the latest news is. And I saw one yesterday that was saying that the ages that we think are being affected the most are not being seen in America. It was like an anomaly in China. And so that's kind of scary. I don't know. It's just like we keep hearing new things about it, and not to like scare everybody on here, but I'm just what I'm saying is that
You're all gonna die.
yeah. No, but you know what I mean? It's such a weird time. I think every time I talk about this, I always say it's a weird time. But I feel like that's the best way to describe it because it is scary, but it's also like kind of just dystopian. It's some of it's funny. I don't know. It's like it's all things in one, but it is of all the things that it is very serious still. And I would love to get to a point where we do this podcast and we don't talk about it, but I just don't know when that will happen. And for people like me, I feel like I have comfort in knowing and like at least having information and knowing what it could do, like what the symptoms are. just in case you have it, like what you should be doing if you do, what it means when you are have a stay-at-home order in your state. Like I don't think it's bad to be informed. I think it's bad to like listen to people that are not news outlets, but
Yeah.
or experts that are reporting through news outlets. But yeah, about the like whole coronavirus, I've been feeling, I guess this week I'm like I was on a downslope like yesterday and the day before, but now I'm feeling a little bit better physically and mentally. So yeah.
That's good.
What about you?
Man, it's been a wild like past couple of days because pretty much A&M was like, ooh, sorry,
Get
I got
on.
a little tired. Yeah, pretty much they were like, yeah, you might want to consider leaving if you
No,
live
get.
on campus.
Get.
I I had already like pretty much planned the rest of my semester just at A&M, and I wasn't really scared. But then, with that email and then just the fact that I have asthma, um, I was like, yeah, I probably just shouldn't be here. So packed up, left the next day, and that was
Very
yesterday.
calm.
That was yesterday. Um,
Crying on the
so yeah,
phone.
now I'm back in San Antonio for the rest of the semester. It's pretty chill. I mean, I definitely like I have the luxury of not needing to work, so I can just focus directly on Animal Crossing. It's real
Um,
nice.
that is work. Okay.
Oh, it is. The amount of Wii's collecting bells, it's a whole thing.
How much do you have left on your mortgage?
Well, I just got a new room,
Oh my
so
God.
I have almost 400,000 bells.
Jesus Christ.
But yesterday I caught um tons of tarantulas and they're each worth
Oh,
like 8,000. But
I
the
saw that.
but to catch them is the most difficult thing because every time, like if they bite you, you faint and then you go back to um like a different location, like where you started. But
Interesting.
that I don't know. I've been I had a test today. It was fine. I mean, I don't know. Classes are weird, and I feel like everyone's going through, or at least everyone with allergies, is like waking up and then they have like a little cough and they're like, oh shit, I have corona. But then like throughout the day, just like, oh no, it was just allergies. Everyone has that like 30-second, 30-minute like scare. But I mean, I'm doing fine.
Yeah,
Haven't really done anything besides Animal Crossing, which is fine.
I did, that's like my whole few days. And I think after a few days, I think I'll just like forget or I'll just be like tired of worrying about it. But I keep waking up and like, or like at the end of the days, I don't know why, but allergies make me feel like warm. Does it happen to you
Mhm.
where like around your eyes and like your face, like you just feel like warm? And so
Uh, yeah.
I keep feeling my forehead and I'm like, oh God, do I have a fever? And I keep like I can't breathe through my nose because of my allergies, and so I'm like, oh God, I have like shortness of breath. I don't know. I just keep freaking myself out, and it's
Yeah,
not helping anybody. And like, I don't know, I have a fear of like getting it, but my biggest fear is passing it on to people. So
yeah,
I don't know, just stay at home, and that's like the most you can do. Because that's what's so scary about this is that like there's nothing you could do. I don't
yeah.
know. Yeah. Okay, let me stop scaring people.
There's nothing you can do. You will
It's coming for
die.
you.
It is invisible, and it will invade your house.
Oh, it's so creepy. It's scary. I mean, at least when mom told me you were going back, I was like, well, because I have that like thought with everything where like when people are like scared about it, I'm like, yeah, but if you get it, like you'll get it. Like you just have to like go through it. But at least you'll be home, like you'll be like with people.
More people I can pass it on to. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least mom and dad have a house that you could like easily like quarantine yourself to a room.
Yeah, rather than
But
being stuck into a dorm room with someone else.
that's what I mean. Yeah, and also that's kind of scary. At least whenever I was younger, you probably won't admit this, but like when I was younger and I was like in college, if I got sick or something happened, I was scared because I was like, if you feel like you're by yourself. So it's a little bit different when you're like still and young in college and you just don't want to have to like I was just listening to a podcast. It wasn't about Corona, so this is like weird, but it's not about what's happening. But this guy was talking about how he is having a panic attack in Ireland, and he was like, I'm like thousands of miles away, and it's not like somebody can just drive and come and like help me because when you have a panic attack, you feel like you're dying. And so that like made him panic even more and it made it worse because he was like, all the people that care about me are like so far away from me. And so, I mean, I guess that's a positive is that you have people there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
What have you seen? What have you watched?
Um, so much. I feel like I'm just like bombarded by so many movies and I don't know. There's just so much stuff and I don't know what
Hmm.
to watch. But I've been like having a good balance of rewatching stuff and then watching new things. I just watched a movie called Philadelphia. It's a movie with Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington. Um that was pretty good. It was kind of sad, but like not I don't know. It was interesting. It was not what I expected. Like I always see the movie they're like trailer like snippets about it whenever like Tom Hanks or Denzel Washington are being rewarded for whatever, like getting like a lifetime achievement or something. And I'd just never seen it. And so it's weird when you watch a movie that you always hear about because you have this idea of it in your mind. It's kind of like when I first watched like The Godfather or something, where you think it's going to be one way, but then it kind of surprises you and turns into something totally different.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like this movie. I thought this movie would be way more dramatic than it turned out to be. Um, yeah, and it was surprisingly like funny and sweet, and it was still like really sad, but yeah, that was a good one. I'm trying to think of what else I've watched. That's the one that stands out. Oh, I watched on Hulu. There's a new movie called shit, what's it called? I think it's called Big Time Adolescence. Is that a movie?
I have no idea.
So, yeah, it is. It's on Hulu and it has Pete Davidson. That's like the only person I like recognize from it.
Hmm.
Um, and John Cryer, I think. But it's like a teen movie about just teens being teens. I don't know. It was interesting. It was surprisingly sweet. I thought it would be more of a like bro-y movie. Sorry, one second.
Everything good? Is it Ari?
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. Oh, okay, sorry. It sounded like he was hissing, and that scared me a little bit. Um, he never does that, but I don't know what he's doing. Sorry, you can cut that out.
You say that, but I'm never gonna cut
I
it
know
out.
you never cut anything out.
I just want to
But
give
yeah,
that all natural feel.
I know, but I like paused for such a long time that people are gonna be like, "What is she doing?"
No, no, you're fine.
Okay, but yeah, I was like rambling about some movie, right? I don't know. Um, nah, I don't think I've seen anything like of note lately. I've just been watching just some web series. I'm starting to watch this one show called Tiger King that everybody keeps talking about on Netflix. I'm only like 20 minutes into the first episode, but it's already very interesting and I want to finish the rest of it and then I'll tell you my final thoughts. But for now, it's like
Yeah.
very odd.
Oh.
What have you been watching?
You know what? I haven't really seen a lot. The only thing besides the Simpsons movie is, and I didn't even finish it, um, was Pete Davidson's special. We watched like
Uh,
me. Me and Kayla watched like half of it. That's a pretty good special. I don't know. I think Pete Davidson's real funny. I feel like we have very similar, like his jokes just, I feel like are something that not necessarily I could write, but like I feel like I would write that if I was like in his place. I don't know. He just feels on par with me. I don't know. Just
You
the
should
whole
watch.
dryness, the darkness.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
should
know.
watch that movie then, Big Time Adolescence. He's pretty funny in it. I didn't think I don't really like him that much. Like I thought his stand-up was okay. Um and in SNL he's just like I don't know why he's there and why he still works there. It doesn't make any sense to me. He just seems like he just annoys everybody. But in the movie he was pretty good. He was like a pretty good actor and then there were some parts that made me laugh and they were just like little throwaway things. But if you like him,
Mhm.
then you would like that movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Um, honestly, nothing. I just been playing Animal Crossing. That game is so addicting.
I
Like,
know everybody keeps saying that, and I'm like, damn it, I should have bought a Switch before. And so now I was like, I told Sebastian, okay, I want a Switch. And he was like, okay, where are you gonna fucking get one?
yeah, they're Kayla's the same way. She wants to get a Switch, but nowhere is selling them because America's like, we're not getting anything from China or
Oh, is
anywhere
that
in.
why?
I believe so.
Damn. And yeah, and then I did find a couple, but they're all like $500. And my friend said, well, just get a Nintendo Lite. And I was like, no. I said, if I can't connect it to my TV, then I don't want it.
Yeah, there's really no point at that. Like, just
I
why?
have a DS. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna get a fucking the Switch Lite or whatever it's called. Um, oh, I just remembered a movie that I did watch on Hulu, and I kind of want you to watch it just so you can have the same reaction I did. But I watched a movie called Where'd You Go, Bernadette? I think that's what it's called. And
Wait, I think I've seen this movie. Is this
have you
with?
with Kristen Wiig and what's her
Oh
name?
wait, no, no, not this movie.
Oh, okay. Well, it was. I truly, I really want you to watch it, but I honestly don't even know what the fuck happened. Like, so it was very clear what happened actually. Like, that's not the. I just it was one of those movies where I watched it, and at the end I was like baffled by the ending. I just did not understand where they were going, why they decided to do this, how the book that was written about or that it's based on was popular, if this is how they decided to adapt it. It was just so bad that it floored me. And I
I
want you
mean,
to watch it just so you can see.
I remember seeing the trailer like a bunch of times.
I have two, and they give you this impression that she and I it was so bad and I want to talk about it so much that I almost picked it for next week, but I'm not.
Uh,
But it so the trailers were intriguing, right? So it has this allure of like, where did she go? She's like, she disappeared. We don't know. And you would think the way that they made it seem with that she would be like very aloof character, and she is in that. But the thing that they missed is that the trailer made it seem like she was just gonna disappear for like half the movie and come back at the very end. But the entire time we know exactly where Bernadette goes. So I don't understand where this why they made it seem like it's a mystery. But we know exactly where she's going and we track her every fucking movement. And then the end is just so abrupt. It feels like it ends, or the way that they set it up is that this whole like big reveal, but then it just fucking ends. It's so strange. And I was kind of, I wanted to watch something, so I just put it on and it was on my phone. And I was like half paying attention, which is probably my fault. But even then, I still could like track what was happening. And then the credits started rolling and I was so confused. I thought I missed something. I literally thought I like sat on my remote and I fast forwarded or something. Please watch it. It's so insane how it ends.
The only thing I remember from the trailer is like the daughter really wants to go to North America, or not North America. She really wants to go to like Antarctica or something.
Really wants to go to
And then they're
Canada.
like, and they're really like, no. And then her mom leaves. Like another probably not related, but I don't know. That's the only thing I remember.
Yeah, but it's so strange. I really want you to watch it. But
All right.
yeah. Okay, but one thing that we did watch and we do need to talk about is This Is Us because it
Oh
was the
yeah,
season finale.
that was a wild episode.
The first thing that was wild, well, I was kind of disappointed by the twist. I thought it would be because usually for the finale or like yeah, the finale or the premiere they'll have like a twist or something. And I didn't like how they did it this time because I could tell exactly what was happening. Like it wasn't really much of a twist for me. Like I knew they were going to adopt a girl and I knew that the girl was her. You know,
Oh, I said that whenever I said that to Kayla whenever
left.
whenever they talked about adopting, and I was like,
Oh
oh,
yeah.
that's they adopted a daughter. Kayla's like, no, that lady said that she was dating someone famous. I was like, no. Or no, she said her thing was that she said that that lady was dating someone like a movie star, and I don't remember her saying that. I think.
She said that.
Oh, well, I guess he.
Or
I don't know.
no, because he was like, he wanted to date her or something. Like I was being creepy, and she was like, "No, I don't want to." And he was like, "Oh, you're still stuck on that movie star, huh?" Something like that. I don't know. I don't understand what that has to do with anything.
Yeah, the thing I didn't like was the stupid horse dude, the doctor. Like that reveal.
Horse,
So
dude.
so this doctor
That was so random.
is like taking care of a horse, and he's just like wild, and he just can't tame him. And then his daughter comes and is like, his 10-year-old daughter is like, oh, I'll tame this horse. Tames him, and then tells him like, you shouldn't give up so quickly. You don't know what he's been through.
You have to
Like,
give him a chance to show him who he is or whatever.
and then he uses that same advice for one of his patients because he's a doctor. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, their metaphors are getting a little lazy.
That Kevin is a horse. That's all they were saying right there.
Tame him. Put a
That
beard on
I
him.
was like, I was just like, why? Yeah, that
Yeah.
beard looks weird. He, you know what he looks like? He looks like that movie Santa Claus.
Why did you gasp? He
Like,
does look fake. He looks like a doll, and I don't like
yeah,
it.
like the what movie is that? It's like the Santa Claus one,
The
but he's like
Santa
the fake one.
Claus 3, 2, where he's
Yeah,
like made out of paper. I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, the one with Tim Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like that. That's what old
He
Kevin
does.
looks like. I guess because that's real.
And
That
like
should.
I texted you, the timeline of that feels so weird to me because unless this could be true too, though, is that I'm really bad at gauging the age of children because whenever she tells him she's having twins and they flash forward, and I could have sworn at that rate, he looks like he's like with the beard, he looks like he's at least, I want to say like 60, right? Because he's like, I don't know any 50-year-old that looks like that. Or maybe he does. I don't know. But he looks like super old. And his kids, when they run in, they look like they're like 7. And
I
so
don't
they're
know.
like in their 40s, right? The big three. Why does he look like he's 60 and his kids are like 5 years old?
No, aren't they in their 40s or like late 30s now?
I don't know. Maybe,
Uh,
yeah. And like, I just feel like he looks super old for whatever age they're trying to put him as.
I don't know.
Also, the CGI Rebecca killed me.
Oh, in the background,
She looked like Jabba the Hutt.
she looked like Baby Yoda, but wrapped in human flesh.
Wrapped in some nice quilts.
Yeah, that was.
Also, I didn't like so they like made a point to show that Uncle Nicky is married. Who do you
Yeah,
think he married? And I swear to God, if he marries that like the army
vet.
vet lady, my God, I'm going to die.
I don't know
I
if
hope to God they don't do that.
at this point in the show it could get real bad if they do that. If they just, I don't know, I feel like it could get bad.
Yeah, I'm so confused. I don't, and also maybe they're also like I feel like they mislead us a lot too because where's Miguel?
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
did she marry him? Like, does she just always need to like marry people that are related to her dead husband?
There's no way she married him.
But I don't. Well, yeah, that's true. Because like, why would she marry? Well, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense.
Like, what's the point of remarrying?
Yeah, and then isn't Uncle Nick? Oh no, he's younger. Never mind. I thought he was older.
No, he's younger.
I don't. I'm just so confused about the timeline. Also, okay, we need to talk about Kevin and Randall's fight because why were they so fucking dramatic?
I know.
And to God, the worst day was when they brought you home. Jesus
He was.
Christ.
I mean, that was also the day he was born, right?
And that's the day their other brother died.
Hmm. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Their whole fight. I just don't like any of them. I don't like Kevin. I don't like Randall right now.
I like Kevin, actually. I like how Kate's just like, I don't fucking know. She's
We're
like, I'm
gonna
gonna
do
adopt a
our.
kid. Y'all do what you
Yeah.
want. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Randall, honestly, he is getting so goddamn annoying to me.
Yeah.
That whole speech, and I'm glad somebody called him out on it because I remember when I first watched the episode before this, and he had the whole speech for Rebecca. I thought that was so manipulative. I hated that he did that.
Mhm.
Honestly, like, ugh, I hate to throw on this word, but it was kind of abusive too. To like guilt your mother into doing treatment for like, can you imagine like doing that to mom if she was like adamant about not wanting a certain treatment that is not guaranteed to work? I mean, it's different if you know it that like I mean, this is a bad like example, but if she like had a headache and she was refusing to like take Tylenol, like we know that helps you, so just fucking do it. Like this, we you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It could like prolong her life, but it could also end it faster. You don't know. And so to pressure her to do that just so you can, like what Kevin was saying, just so you can make yourself feel better, that's so selfish and it's so abusive to do that to your own mother. So I
Yeah.
agree with Kevin. I'm on team Kevin.
Yeah, for sure. My thing is, like, the way I see it is either way, she's going to die. It doesn't matter when, but you're essentially taking that 9 months away from her.
And you're taking her dignity away from her to like guilt her into doing something that she doesn't want to do. And obviously it did something did work because she's still alive and she didn't like I mean, I don't know what the how long your life is after you get diagnosed like after that, but I you can tell that she's lived longer than they probably thought. But I'm wondering if she ever went to that like trial. I don't think she did. I think I don't know. And also I don't know. Like if it was in the fact that it's in a totally different state than any of them, that's also like really annoying
Yeah,
because she's there with her grandson. Like I don't know. I just the whole thing is kind of fucked and Randall's not making it any better.
he is not.
Ugh, okay. Those are my thoughts. I don't like
Those
Randall.
are that was our weekly allotted 10 minutes of This Is Us.
All right. I'm curious. Oh, we should have called Dad. I'm curious what he thinks.
He's gonna be mad if he's not the first.
Maybe this is a side note, but I mean, we're not gonna put this out till Thursday, so maybe we can call him tomorrow.
Thursday is tomorrow.
Oh shit, is that really? What's
This is
today?
quarantine, folks.
It's
This
today
right
Wednesday?
here.
Oh my God.
Yeah, maybe we'll do it tomorrow.
Jesus Christ, I had no idea that it was Wednesday. That
No,
makes
yeah.
sense though, because This Is Us comes on Tuesdays. I'm surprised I remembered to watch This Is Us.
You heard it here, folks. Livia is going senile.
God. The trial. Okay.
No, guaranteed no one else knew what day it was. Everyone else is on quarantine.
They're like, oh fuck, it's Thursday?
I thought it was Saturday.
Well, work is helping me keep track of the days a little bit, but obviously not enough. I know it's during the week. I don't know what day it is.
That's so funny.
Well, never
Uh,
mind on that then.
you can cut that. I will not.
No, don't cut that.
All
All
right.
right. Do
Simpsons movie.
you want to do the overview?
Sure.
Oh God, let's see how this goes.
Wait, no, you do it.
You got scared.
No, I don't know how to say this last name. I see it all the time.
I actually don't
Just
know either. Well, we'll figure it out together. All right. So the Simpsons movie came out in 2007. It's directed by David Silverman, written by James L. Brooks and Matt Groening.
Groening?
Groening?
That I don't know.
That
That's the
seems
last
true.
name.
I've seen like that name. I've seen my entire childhood, and I've never even attempted to say it out loud.
Yeah, just because you take one look at it and you're like,
Okay.
Matt Groening.
The principal cast is Dan. Oh God, Castellaneta,
Castellaneta.
Julie Kavner, Nancy Cartwright, and oh God,
Yeardley
Yeardley
Smith.
Smith. And the plot is after Homer deliberately pollutes the town's water supply, Springfield is encased in a gigantic dome by the EPA, and the family are declared fugitives.
Well, does he deliberately do it? He
Um,
does. The
it's great.
estimated budget for it was about 75 million. It's estimated, according to IMDb. Opening weekend, it made $74 million, just over 74 million, which is just a million shy of its estimated budget, which is insane. And whoa. Well, I'm just gonna do its cumulative worldwide gross, which is $536 million.
$536.
Dollars. No, I was gonna say 536 or half of $1 billion.
Okay.
I don't know. It has a 7.3 out of 10 on IMDb, and an 88% on Rotten Tomatoes, and an 80% on Metacritic.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. I personally would probably give it around Rotten Tomatoes 88%. But
I think so too.
I don't know. This movie, I don't know. The last two I've picked are kind of comedies. Last one was The Other Guys. And I'll say the same thing that I did for The Other Guys. This movie is so fast paced, and just every line is just like, how do they come up with this? It's so good.
And I didn't realize how short it was, or at least it just
Yeah.
felt short. Like I sat down to watch this, I think yesterday, whatever fucking day yesterday was, but no, not yesterday.
hmm
The day before maybe? I don't know. I watched it and it just felt like so quick. And I
hmm
did have to pause. With the other guys I didn't so much, but I think Sebastian was here and I did want to keep pausing it, but for The Simpsons, I kept having to pause it because I kept like wanting to write a note about certain things, but I didn't want to, and then I would miss other stuff.
Yeah.
So it is kind of jam-packed. But I think that's a credit to who wrote it, because they're so used to writing for TV, and that's
Yeah.
so compact and you have to keep everybody's attention. Um so like especially on cable TV, you just have to always keep stuff going, and so I feel like that lends itself really well to writing a
Hmm.
movie. Yeah. They probably could have done this movie in like 30 minutes.
For sure. I remember it being a lot longer. I don't know why.
Me too, but I think when you're kids, you just like think everything like just like you think everything's taller, you think everything's longer than it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you said you paused it, so did you take a lot of notes or?
Yeah, it took a lot.
Mine are just like the other guys where I just have lines.
I have some too. Some good. I have like a subnote thing of my favorite one-liners.
Hmm.
But I tried to pick ones that are not like the mainstream ones or ones that you wouldn't pick. So we'll see how I did.
Okay.
My first note is actually before the movie even starts. And I really like when they customize, like when the studios customize openings for the movies, like how they had the 20th century thing, but that kid was singing it.
Yeah.
I really love when they do that. And my two oh, somebody's calling me. Um my two examples for that was like in Spider-Verse whenever they kind of show like the different animations within the opening, and then I don't know if you remember for Zombieland 2 whenever there's like I think it's either Zombieland 2 or the first one or maybe both where it's I forget what movie one it is, not Paramount, but the lady with like the she's holding like the torch and there's zombies running up towards her and she like hits like she kills them with the little torch thing.
Oh yeah, that was the second one.
Yeah, I really love when they do stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't remember what studio that is, but yeah, that's real cool.
And then the movie opens just like any Simpsons movie you think would open is with an itchy and scratchy
Mm.
cartoon. And I cried laughing when Itchy's running mate was Hillary Clinton.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was too real. There's so many things in this movie I was like, oh God, too real.
And that's like everything with The Simpsons. Like they always, and
Yeah.
that's like some of my notes. Or one of my notes is just like that. I don't know.
But yeah, and then I think after that it goes to they have some sort of opening, I think. And then it goes to Green Day doing the theme song, which felt I felt so nostalgic because I can't remember the last time I've seen this movie, but I remember when it first came out, which 2007, so that was like oh God, so long ago.
We were living in Alaska.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just remember it just felt so nostalgic because I think we went to go to the movie theaters to see this. I do remember being in the theater, but yeah, it reminded me of a better time, a more simple time. And I also thought this was hilarious because the whole Green Day stuff where they're like singing and then after they're like, so we've been playing for 3 hours long, but we want to take 2 minutes to talk about pollution. And they're like, no, fuck off. I loved that because it reminds me of now what's happening with celebrities where in that one it's kind of like comedic because they're not being actually annoying, like they're trying to do something nice. But the celebrities now are just going wild. Like I don't know what the fuck is happening. But that
Yeah.
whole we haven't even talked about oh no, we talked about Vanessa Hudgens, did we?
No, that was TMG.
Oh no, we did.
Did we?
Yeah, we like mentioned her last time, I think, and how much of an idiot she sounded like. But it didn't remind me of that so much, but it reminded me of the whole like Imagine thing
Oh yeah.
where they're like trying to sing the virus away, basically. I don't know what the fuck they're trying to do. Just I would kill though for Green Day to like be on a stage playing to like no crowd
That'd
and
be
talking to
hilarious.
us about the coronavirus. Yeah. And then after that, they go to church. And I loved the part where Homer's talking shit about everybody in the church and they can hear him. And I put,
Yeah.
that's me going into a church.
Praise Jeebus. He says that when he's going in. Yeah, that's real funny.
And then I made this note about something that happened like the other day, but I don't know what it's like referring to.
What
Oh,
is it?
okay. I know what it's referring to now. So then after they go to church and then the grandpa has this like freak out or whatever. I also love that they roll him in the carpet and I forgot that they did that. He's like, and we got a free carpet. But I kind of skip over that and I go to where the part where Lisa is like going door to door and people are slamming the door in her face, it triggered me because the other day, like, and it wasn't when we were under lockdown, but it was when everybody was supposed to like socially distance or social distance, whatever you call it. But somebody came to my door and not like a delivery person, but somebody trying to like talk to me about something. And I really wanted to open the door and be like, "Are you fucking kidding?" And I didn't want to be mean because I know that certain people have to like they probably are paid for that and people are their employer is telling them you have to go to work, but that was insane to me that people right now feel like it's okay to like go and sell people stuff.
Did you give him a hug?
I kissed them.
Kiss their
But I don't
feet?
it was that was so insane to me. And the other
Yeah.
day I got Domino's because I had a free pizza and I put that I wanted to have a no contact delivery. The delivery guy came and he still knocked on my door. And all that was different was that whenever he handed me my stuff, he was a little bit further away and like stretching his hand out.
So it
It
was
was
just
so
because those interactions are awkward to begin with,
yeah.
so it was even more awkward.
I wanted to like because I looked out the little whatever you the keyhole or not keyhole. What do you call
Keyhole.
it? People.
Little keyhole.
I looked out the people and I was waiting for him to leave, but then he did it, and I was like, well, I guess we're doing this. But yeah, other
He
places
gave
have
him
just
a
been
kiss on the
leaving.
cheek.
Yeah, we made out. And then, but usually people will just like leave stuff. Or today I had one where I ordered stuff from a bakery to try to support small businesses. Um, and she like left it at the door, but then I mean, you've been to my apartment. But you know how they have the stairs like directly in front of me? She was like waiting at the stairs. She like left it and went to the stairs to make sure that I opened the door and got it.
That's what I was saying last time. Like
Yeah.
if they walk down and then you just see their eyes.
No, I could still see like her like full body. But that was nice because but she wanted to tell me that she like put an extra cookie in there for me.
Oh,
So that was nice. But yeah, sorry, a little tangent. And my first one-liner that I really loved, or do you want me to go through my list of them at the end?
it doesn't matter.
Okay, well, I'll just go through them right now. So I like when they say bountiful penis, amen.
Oh,
I loved that
yeah.
one. Actually, oh, most of these are Flanders lines actually.
Oh my goodness.
But I like to whenever this is right after when Flanders has extra pants and he's like, you have extras with you?" And he's like, "Yeah, you know boys always praying through the knees."
Oh, yeah.
I cried laughing. And then this is jumping further ahead from the one-liners, but another one I loved was whenever I think it was during the whole like dome stuff, and they show what people are doing, and they show like a book club, and the lady said, "You're the 5 people I'm gonna meet in hell."
Yeah.
And my last one was whenever one of Flanders' kids says, "I wish Homer was my dad." And then Flanders says, "And I wish you didn't have the devil's curly hair."
And then his kid starts crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So those are the one-liners. And going back to Lisa though, she meets Colin, who is not Bono's son. And he, I couldn't help every single time he was on screen, and I hate when I do this, but especially whenever I hear an accent, I usually try to like say a word or two like them. And I don't know why I do. I've been doing that now lately because I'm by myself. So every single time he would say something, I would like repeat it. And I especially do it with Irish accents.
Oh,
And so I just kept like saying every single thing he said. And so I just said that I'm glad I don't know anybody that is actually Irish because I don't know how I would like talk to them.
Could you give us a little tease?
No, I will not. No, I have to hear it. I have to like hear a part of his dialogue and then say it back. I can't
Oh,
just like do an accent. Yeah,
whatever.
okay. And then I think I jump ahead a little bit. Oh, and then there's a little joke that is very funny and I forgot about, but that like during a part where like I think Homer's like working on the house, there's a little scroll at the bottom, like for a Fox ad.
Mm, yeah,
Like, yeah, we still, and it said something like, yes, we still advertise on movies.
yeah, like Get Over It or something like that.
Yeah, I really loved that. I thought it was really
Yeah,
funny.
the attention to detail is really perfect. Like one small thing that just I remember is whenever they're in church, Bart is playing a game called like Baby Blasters,
Hmm.
and then later, uh, Maggie's playing the same Baby Blasters game on the little like Game Boy. I don't
Yeah,
know, just the attention detail is like second
spot
to
on.
none. Yeah. My first note is that Spider Pig was a national anthem at the time.
I fucking hated that song so much.
It just is so funny.
Ugh, I hate it. I hate it, hate it, hate it so much. Oh, but actually, right before that, I took a little note about the peen. So I
Oh
just
yeah.
wondered if that was the first time they had to draw one for a character, because it was a movie and they didn't have to like adhere to the cable guidelines. I just remember when that first came, like when that happened, it was like a huge shock. I was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe they did that.
How dare how
How dare
risque.
they?" Um And then after Spider Pig, I didn't have many notes about Spider Pig. I think I just have such a visceral hate. I love pigs. That's my like favorite animals, but I fucking hate the whole
I was
Spider
gonna
Pig stuff.
ask, is this where it started?
No, way before that. This made me honestly want to stop liking pigs because I just hated that song so much. I hated
Spider
hearing
Pig,
it.
Spider Pig.
So bad. Um,
But he
and then
can't. He's a pig.
so bad. And then they go to like the town hall where Lisa's basically telling them if you don't stop polluting, our lake is gonna like fucking explode. And she brings out a chart, and I said that it was triggering me because I've been seeing so many charts about like the curve and stuff. And then whenever there's so many good stuff that I can't like that I'm remembering now and I didn't even take a note for, but whenever they decide that they're gonna like do something about the lake, and the first thing is whenever the guy's like, I can't, it's like a mobster and he's like, I can't put my yard trimmings in here. And they're like, no. And then when they leave, the police said, well, Chief, don't you think that was a body? And he was like, he said it's yard trimmings. You see, you gotta listen.
Yeah.
And then
That-
right after that, Cletus, they use him as an example of like how they're gonna stop people from dumping. And so they put like it looks like not even a 4 foot like barrier, and they're like, well, can't they just throw stuff over? And then they have Cletus like go and try, and he's like, I can't, I simply can't.
I can't. I simply can't. And then they all
And
clap. That
one
I could just imagine my 7, 8 year old self laughing
so
like to
hard.
tears. Yeah, that
You know what
defined my
though?
humor.
And you know what? Now that you say that, my note was that our family, or at least I do, and I think our family does, says that all the time. Like we
That's
say, I can't, I simply can't. We say that all the time in that exact same accent. And I had no idea that it came from Simpsons.
I think
Like,
about I have that image. It's like burned into my brain of him holding the stupid rat and just like trying, and he just like stops. I don't
but
know.
isn't that wild that like it was such a moment for me to watch that whenever I was watching it now because I was like it blew my mind. I was like, well, I thought we made that up
Yeah. You thought you
because
were
we do that all
original?
the time with mom. I think that's what we do, right? We am I crazy?
No,
Where she'd
yeah,
be like, I can't. And we're like, I can't. I simply can't.
I simply can't. Yeah. I
I
mean,
had no idea.
it's iconic.
I think a lot of our that's one thing that I think I started to realize when I was watching this, how like I mean, it makes sense. Our brother's name is Homer, but like how integrated The Simpsons is into our life.
Hmm.
It is such, I feel like if I started watching, which I probably should, I have time now, but if I started watching every single episode, there's probably so much from that like I can trace back to like our family's humor. Like there's
Oh my
certain
gosh,
shows that I know.
so
Like it's
much.
The Simpsons. I think if we summed it up into like three shows, it would be, well, four. It would be The Office, The Simpsons, Arrested Development, and Seinfeld. Those
Seinfeld,
are
yeah.
like the core like humor from our family is that.
Yeah. Another thing, it's not from the movie, but Dad'll do. He'll be like, "I think she's talking to you,"
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
that's from
The
Simpsons too.
the like whisper stuff, how we like
I think
whispers
he's
really
talking to
loudly.
you. Yeah. Yeah, that I don't know. I think that's partially why I picked this movie too. I mean, the whole, I mean, the pollution thing is pretty much very like you could tell there it's really about global warming, climate
Yeah,
change.
yeah.
Um, I mean, Simpsons always ahead of their time. I mean, they always
It's
predict the future.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, it. The reason I ultimately picked this movie was just because it felt like even when I watched it, even more so, actually even more so when I watched it again, just like it just feels exactly like how their town went through. I mean, on a smaller scale because we're not like strictly confined into a dome, but they're
It
like,
feels like that though.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It feels a little bit like a ghost town. It feels like day 36 of dome life. They have the whole like
We have a
dome
theme song.
depot. Yeah,
Yeah, as being
all of
somebody
that.
who's doing marketing during this whole like pandemic, it does feel like that a little bit. I've seen so many like stuff having to do with like if you get like a free roll of toilet paper and like yeah, it's very strange.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we get the president involved, and in this world, the president is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
And I put, what a sad world. When I remembered who was president in this movie, I thought, wow, wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
I mean, at least he's been a fucking politician before.
Mm.
Oh man,
He's also been the
sad,
Terminator,
sad,
so.
sad. Yeah, I trust him. Um, oh, and I also like talking about the whole like how it parallels with coronavirus and pollution. I wonder. I mean, I feel like this is kind of their take on any sort of like epidemic or pandemic or whatever. But I was wondering like what the Simpsons writers would do with this coronavirus stuff.
I mean, I'm sure they're gonna do something.
Yeah, and that was another interesting thing I learned when I listened to this podcast that I literally just listened to it, and they were talking about how what this is going to do to art, like if it's going to like how people are going to address it, you know? Like
Yeah.
if it's going to be like a line in a movie or if it's going to be I mean, like I was watching actually when I was watching This Is Us, I was thinking about that because they show so many commercials for like these medical shows, and I was like, "Oh, I bet they can't wait to come back
Hmm.
and do like a coronavirus episode or
I think
I don't know,
Kevin
it's
in
gonna be
one episode
so weird."
he said okay boomer to his mom.
Oh God, did he really?
Yeah, I think so because she was like talking about her phone or something stupid.
Oh God.
But I definitely see that happening.
It is interesting though, and they brought up a good point where they were saying how this isn't just like something that is happening in a very specific country. Like this is something that's happening to everybody. So
Yeah.
whenever we're able to go out and about and like meet people from even like a different part of the world, we're gonna be able to look at them and be like, that was a weird fucking time, right? You know, like it's one of those weird things where all of us are experiencing it in a different way. I mean, like Italy just passed like seven or like a lot of people. I don't want to say the exact number because I don't know, but it was like they just passed like a huge number of people that have died from it. And so like I don't know, it's such a weird thing that we all share. And so I wonder what the art that people create after this time, how it's going to reference it because it is such a big like cultural moment. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
not
I'm
something you
ready.
can just be like I don't, you know what I mean? Like is it gonna be addressed in movies? Like is a Marvel movie ever gonna talk about it? You know, it's such a weird like are they just gonna ignore that it happened?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next Corona bar.
Oh God. Or like SNL, like what you know, all this stuff is gonna be like oh so weird. But
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, and then after they find out that it was Homer, a mob starts to come to their house, and I think the part that I forgot and I was like, holy shit, that's really dark is when they have like they are carrying their car and they carry them to a couple of
Oh,
like nooses
yeah.
and one for the baby. I was like,
Yeah.
what? What is going on?
Yeah. I was definitely like, yeah, this was made longer than a decade ago.
Yeah, that was wild. I was pretty much shook. And then I kind of skip a lot whenever they're on the run. I don't know if you have any notes from that. I do like
Uh,
whenever they are, whenever they draw on the wanted poster and then the people that look like the wanted
oh,
poster behind them. It's such a stupid joke, but it really made me laugh.
yeah. No, I don't have much until pretty much the. Oh, no, no, no. Yes, I have one. Uh, someone I forgot who it was, but someone's when they go down the sinkhole and their whole house sinks. Such a good line. He says, "Oh, well, they're China's problem
Oh
now."
yeah, it was the chief.
Like, like that. I feel like that's such a repressed memory of mine of like digging down, eventually getting to China.
And they're also like right outside the dome, and the dome is clear and you can see them.
Yeah. Oh, and Homer sees his reflection. Oh, that's genius. Oh my
I
goodness.
forgot about that.
He
It's
sees his
like,
reflection like, ah, see you later, suckers. Aw.
my
Oh my
favorite thing
goodness.
though, as an adult watching this, my favorite thing is just thinking that they're just ignoring him because they know he's an
Yeah.
idiot. They're just waiting for him to realize.
I forgot about that until now.
Oh God, I forgot about that too. Um, so yeah, they're on the run, and then Homer comes up with his plan because he said that he knew he was going to do something so bad that they would have to leave. um, and that place is Alaska. And they make a joke at the beginning that it looks like really rough because when they like first drive in, he's like, "What the fuck? This doesn't look like the map." And so he puts the map in front of their car. And then it blows away, and then there's like a beautiful landscape, and he realizes that that's actually what it looks like. And I always get that's the biggest question I always get when I mention that I lived in Alaska. I don't know if you're the same way, but I don't really like ever mentioning it because we
Me
get
neither.
yeah, I hate not talking about it, but I hate being the person to mention it. Because for one, it just feels like I feel like people think that I just want to talk about it when like it's an interesting part of our lives, but if you think about it, like when you're a kid that's moving around to all these different places, it's not that weird. You know, like and
Yeah.
plus all the kids we grew up with are all also military kids, so they're used to like going to like Hawaii or a lot of people I know used to live in like Korea or Japan. So it's
Yeah.
not different. And honestly, it wasn't the most exotic place we've been to, maybe I would think, because when we moved there, we moved from Germany. So like, I don't know. Either
I don't
way,
like I don't like mentioning it because it makes me seem like, oh, I'm cultured,
Yeah, exactly. And
even
no
though
matter
it's
what,
not even.
you sound like
Yeah,
an asshole no matter what. But Alaska really is like any other city or like state. I mean, a place that we live too, it's like Anchorage is just like any other city with just like mountain ranges. I don't know.
yeah.
We went to Colorado. It was exactly like that.
Mm.
But you just have to remember where you are in the world. But one thing I will say though is that the two images that they show of Alaska when they first show up and it's like disappointing and then they get to the actual like mountain ranges and it's beautiful. Those are two totally real things about living in Alaska is that the winters are so brutal and so like rough that it doesn't really look beautiful. And even if it does, it's so dark all the time that you can't even see it.
Yeah,
And also, the snow is beautiful until the snow plowers come in because then it turns like all the snow gray and it's really ugly. But on
yeah,
the other side of the coin, like it is very beautiful. We have been privileged to go and see like beautiful glaciers and mountains, and we got to travel to like a bunch of different places within Alaska. But yeah, I don't know. I wonder if people can relate to that though, of like not wanting to mention things about their like childhood because they just don't want to seem like the asshole that's like, yeah, I lived in Germany for 4 years. You know, it's
yeah.
very
People
strange.
every time. Oh, the reason I don't bring it up, I mean, I wouldn't to begin with,
Was it
or I don't
cool?
like. No, I got so many like. Did you live in
Oh
igloos?
my God, I got that all that fucking time.
It's so stupid, but
Why
whatever.
would we lived in state-funded housing? What do you want us to do? Or federal housing?
I
It's
don't
not
know.
that it's not that sexy. I mean, there's certain things about Alaska that are very weird. I mean, the place that they lived was not very representative of Alaska, but I understand why. Like it's a movie. There's not many people that just live in cabins that are in the middle of nowhere, at least in the
Yeah,
city.
I don't know. I
But
don't know.
there are like you get the occasional moose in your backyard. That's like pretty common.
Yeah, but it's whatever.
I don't know. It's just a weird thing about our childhood that we went to a school that had moose drills.
Yeah. Moose.
Um, oh, and then they have a to be continued joke that I thought was very funny, and I also forgot about.
Oh man.
When they put to be continued right away
Or
or
immediately.
immediately.
Yeah. And then Marge and them, the rest of the family leaves, and then he. Oh no, that's before the to be continued, because he uh runs into as he calls her a big boob lady or just boob lady, and he has his epiphany that he needs to help others rather than helping himself, and then he makes the trek down.
But on his family's way down, one thing that made me cry laughing as well was whenever Bart was going through people's luggage and then he puts on a black bra on his head
Oh
and he said, I'm the mascot of an evil corporation and he's mocking
yeah.
Mickey Mouse and we're watching it on Disney Plus.
Oh, I didn't even put that together. That's
I did
hilarious.
I don't think I ever realized who he was making fun of,
I I never understood it either.
but I think that's amazing that they are making fun of the mascot of the evil corporation that they're a part of.
Yeah, I mean at the
So
time I
funny.
don't think there were.
I think Fox is owned by Disney.
I know, but like at the time they weren't.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I didn't research that. Um,
Yeah, Fox is owned was owned by Disney or got acquired by them in uh 2019. No? I don't know.
oh,
That might just be their sports group. I don't know. Do your research.
well, either way, very funny.
Yes, hilarious. And then they decide to, or I don't remember his name. Oh, Robert Cargill?
Hmm.
he swindles the president to blow up Springfield, and that's why they go back. Um, but then there was another part that I was like, man, this is genius. Like, I don't get how you come up with this stuff. Was whenever they find out the people of Springfield, the people at church go to the bar, and the everyone at the bar goes to church. Like they all
Oh.
swap. Which I thought was like that's so right. I don't know.
Yeah.
Such a good joke. Like it made me laugh, but I was like I just appreciated it. I don't know.
So deep.
Yes. I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And that was the last note I have.
My last note was, well, two last notes is I forgot how quick this movie was. Just like another appreciation of how great the pacing was.
Hmm.
Love a good short movie. And then I said I can't wait until Sebastian finds a cure and then picks me up on his motorcycle,
Oh.
like at the end of this movie.
Yeah.
Um, but I am like to be positive because I feel like I've been sprinkling negativity about the virus. But I am excited. Like one thing that I loved about watching this movie was that it is a lot of parallels to our situation now. But the light at the end of the tunnel is being able to like see that be able to be in that position that Homer and Marge were, where they're riding like into the sunset um on his motorcycle after he like made everything okay, and I can't wait to post a gif of that whenever this is all over. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like that's going to be the beacon of like it's going to be okay. We're all going to be fine. But yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a good way to end the movie because I felt really hopeful. It actually did, like, in a cheesy way, it did really make me feel better. Where I was like, oh, okay, well, it's a cartoon, but like they got through that and we'll get through this. So,
Yeah.
all
That's
right.
very true.
You
I
picked
got
these, so you talk about them.
I got some fun facts. Let's go through them pretty fast. The script for the voice work was to be kept so secret that the producers shredded the script, like they personally shredded the script after every voicing session, which is pretty intense. Um, and then so whenever the family arrives in Alaska, they're given $1,000, um, because they make a joke like uh because oil companies are destroying our natural resources or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's actually it's actually a real thing.
Yep.
But a citizen has to reside there for at least 12 months first, so it's not just if you're getting there, like in the
I mean, I
movie, but
think, and I
still
think
interesting.
even though we lived there for only 4 years, I think we still did. I think mom and dad got some.
That's cool.
And I want to say, I probably am wrong, and don't quote me on this, but I think it's 1,000 for each person. So I think they got money for
Damn.
us too. I don't know if it's 1,000 per kid. I feel like they like lower it a little bit, but I think they got money from us too.
Damn, this movie is even more relatable because we're all getting money. Every adult's getting money now.
But also, mom and dad, where the fuck is that money? I need it right now.
Yeah. Um, and then what else we got? Oh, this is like kind of really cool. I think you'll like this one. For the entire month of July 2007, when the movie came out, as a part of campaign to hype the opening of the movie, 12 7-Eleven stores all over North America changed their names to Quickie Marts and begun to sell products like Buzz Cola, Krusty O cereal, Radioactive Man comics, Squishies, um, all stuff from the show,
I
which
think
is
I remember that.
pretty cool. I don't remember that. I was a youngin, but
I remember it happening. It obviously didn't have any in Alaska because nothing came to Alaska. But wait, I wonder if they did. That would make sense. Why would they not? They went to
I
Alaska.
mean, yeah,
Huh?
I don't
We're
know.
always getting shortchanged.
Yeah. And then this one's especially for you. I didn't know how you felt about Spider Pig, but Spider Pig by Hans Zimmer, which what?
I had no idea he was involved.
Reached number 3 after climbing from the 20s in Irish music charts. At just over a minute, it is the shortest track ever to make it into the Irish music charts. In the UK, it got as far as the top 20.
They have no music taste up there.
Well, I don't know if it's like Homer saying it or like because they have like a more
I
like
think it's the
instrumental.
I think it's that
Yeah.
one. The like orchestral one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Which is so perfect that they got Hans Zimmer, which is
Can you
known for like
imagine?
these epic like that was on his resume, you think?
Can you imagine asking him to do that? I don't know if they have to pitch it, but they're like, "Hey, so
Hear
there's a
the
spider
words,
pig."
go crazy.
Or the
And
people
then
singing it.
uh,
Sorry.
hands like
Like a
they're
choir.
like crossed. Yeah, like a choir pose. And then the last one is that this is the highest growing, highest grossing PG-13 animated film of all time. With the grand total, I mean, this was IMDb. This was all of these fun facts according to IMDb. I think it still holds true. I'll look it up right now after I say it, but after how much money they have made total, $710 million,
Say the whole
which is
number.
ridiculous. So, whole number, 710,206,036 dollars.
Whenever I wonder, this is probably just me, and I probably shouldn't say this because that sounds stupid. But whenever I see a number like that, I get nervous to say the whole number.
You were the stupidest.
Because I'm like, oh shit.
How to say?
How number?
I think it is still. I don't know. Google's not telling me much.
I don't see why it wouldn't be.
It's such a funny, short, relatively short movie.
Solid
Um,
movie.
that's why I picked it because it really relates to everything that we're going through.
All right, solid movie.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think about it. If you think we're wrong about something, maybe you hated it. I don't know.
Maybe you have Spider Pig as your ringtone.
I would love that.
If you
That'd be
do,
awesome.
stop listening. We don't need you in
No,
our
no, no,
life.
please.
I don't need this toxic energy in my life. All right, for my pick. We have a theme every week of forgetting that we have to do this. And adhering to that theme, I forgot that I had to pick a movie.
I
But right
got
before,
scared. I got scared that I had to pick the movie, and I was like, "Oh wait, no, I don't." Whew.
no, it is me. But I did remember like 20 minutes before we recorded, so I picked one. I don't know if it's a comedy. Well, it says comedy, so hopefully it is funny. But we're gonna move on over to Hulu for next week.
Ooh,
And it's a movie called Wild Rose.
Wild Rose.
Yes. And Wild Rose tells the complicated story of a musician, Rose Lynn, a woman from Scotland, who is on a quest to become a country music star, while also grappling with the responsibilities of being recently released from prison and a young mother.
Ooh.
I've heard a lot of great things about this movie. Um, and I've just been forgetting that it's available on Hulu. And this is also a PSA to tell people that a lot of good movies are on Hulu. They're kind of just stored away um, on Hulu. So I would definitely recommend to look at the when you go to Hulu and go to the browse like movies. If you go to the exclusively on Hulu tab, it has a lot of good indies that you can watch right now. And this is one of them. So Wild Rose on Hulu for next week.
Cool.
All right.
That's pretty much it. Um, let us know what you guys think. If you want us to call you during next episode, hit us up at Instagram at Brother Sister Show. There we have a link to everything else. I think that's just probably the easiest because we have different handles. Because I don't know if there's other Brother Sister shows.
And we can, just so people are not like, well, what if they can't, like, what if we don't have time, or what if they like, because I don't know if we say when we record, but it's usually at night. But because of this whole like, we're not going anywhere, so if we need to schedule a time,
Yeah, we'll work with you.
because we want to
Just let
check
us
in
know.
on you.
Yeah.
And if nobody answers, we'll just call one of our parents or something.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys don't go insane. We'll see you next time.
Check on each other, stay inside, wash your hands. Goodbye.
Yes. Bye.